Well, we just hit it off immediately, and it is amazing to just be able to sit with somebody and realize, this is somebody who's really interesting to me, because your mind works very differently from mine, coming from a scientific background. And I mean, I'm still a hippie, basically. But it's just so wonderful to keep growing by meeting people who are different and realizing that they have something for you and you have something for them.
For me, it's being a lay Eucharistic visitor. I really get a lot of joy out of that. And I get tremendous joy when I'm acolyting. Mm-hmm. And I'm holding the cup and the priest is going in front of me, and there's somebody behind me, or maybe I'm behind them, and you hear the blood of Christ, the cup of salvation, the blood of Christ. It's almost mystical.
It's beautiful.
And and you're so vulnerable. When you're down on your knees and you have your hands up, you're really kind of stuck. Mm. And at that point, and you willingly put yourself in that place. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the most beautiful moments. I too like the Eucharist. I definitely come to church for the Eucharist.
Well, for me, the Eucharist and the daily bread is like what I get from meditation as well, and like opening up my spine and feeling the energy flow through my spine. It's a way of connecting with God. And of course I call God Divine Mother generally because I relate to the Mother and I feel the Mother more. But the thing is, to me, that sharing and the willingness to see Christ in each other, it comes from a kind of a quiet. It comes from a kind of a solitude, or the quietness within yourself. And I'm sure you experience that when you're giving the Eucharist, when you're delivering the sacrament. But I think that even just right now, talking with each other and realizing we're here together.
And we're having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But the other part of church that I really, really, really like and is huge to me and plays into this whole thing is the communion of saints. And to me, when I'm sitting in the pews, if I'm not acolyting, and I see the people pass by me, that is the communion of saints. And I remember when we were here before, I had a child who was sick, but she was going to survive. There was never a doubt about that. But there was a family who had a child who wasn't going to survive. And every time that family walked by, I was connected with them, and they were in my hearts, and that was the communion of saints. And the communion of saints to me is those who have gone behind, ahead of me, my parents, and they're there with me too in that moment.
Don't you love that?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like these people from like back, and people I didn't even really know of, but I heard of, are in my family, or they're all with me in church.
Yes.
I was once joking with Father Jaden about having to have a really big pew and sitting there all by myself because I had all these, these people from the past and the future with me.
I love that image.
Yeah, and
to me that's so important.
Well, it is. It's real. It's also real, and it's like, well, gosh, we're with other people who know that it's all real too.
Yeah.
And that feeling of acknowledging Christ, it's a hard one to remember. It's a hard one to be with. And again, I think it's easier for me when I'm coming from a place of sort of quiet within myself, so that I can recognize that Christ is within you and within every person present, and within the people on the street when you walk by them. How could you not say hi and welcome them into your world, because we're all in the same world. We share. Well, I just love talking with you, Mary, and I'm so glad we're in the same family.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, we would not, our paths would not have crossed.
I know.
If it hadn't been for St.
I don't usually seek out scientists.
Yeah.